Hey guys, Slimber here, and today we are doing a video on someone known as Salty Cracker. Now, I do want to let you guys know, I found this channel about maybe 6 months to a year ago, somewhere in between that time frame. And I was going to do a video on him in the past, but the thing is, none of his points, none of the things he talks about are ever based in reality. They're not real. Like, half the things he brings up are usually bullshit or heavily exaggerated. He's very partisan, so I didn't think it would be very entertaining to just make a video with me entirely going, no, that's not true. That's fucking nonsense. Especially because I feel like most of my viewers would already know that. But I have nothing else to do a video on, so I figure, fuck it, finally we'll do this video. Let's get right into this, shall we? Also, I just noticed the sunglasses on this cat says bad bitch. I just saw a cat with sunglasses, and I'm like, alright, I guess I'll pick this one to put on the green screen. I didn't see what was written on it. So, there you go.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Alright lads, who had free crack pipes for 2022? Who had, hey, let's bribe the Democrat base with free crack pipes right before the midterms for 2022? Who had that? Because you got Clown World Bingo, come on down and get your meth pipe, I guess, at this point. No, this is real. This is real. This isn't the Babylon Bee. This isn't the Onion. This is what this bullshit administration, this illegitimate regime is doing right now. The dude who shits himself in the Vatican thought it would be a good idea to give out free crack pipes to Democrats. To Democrats.
Well, first of all, this is nonsense. I did a little research just now, and I found out that the whole crack pipe thing, it originates from an article which made an assumption that turned out to be nonsense, because the government itself denied it, that they would give out crack pipes. Most likely what's going to be in there is, like, you know, tests to find out what's in the substances. For example, to make sure, you know, like, fentanyl isn't in, you know, your cocaine, or isn't in your Xanax, to make sure people don't overdose. Do you support people overdosing, Salty Cracker? Also, it's kind of weird to just assume this is going to Democrats. My uncle is a literal fucking crackhead, and he's a Trump supporter. So is his fucking girlfriend, who's a crackhead. And they both like Trump. Like, literally no fucking joke. They both suck dick for crack. Both of them. They've stolen from people for crack. They are legitimate crackheads. And was at her house, they used to have like Trump 2020 signs and shit like that. And flags and shit.
Do you have no understanding what planet you're on, Joe Biden? Of course, the most stupid question out there.
Now, I do understand that it is surprising that he is actually going to do stuff to help prevent people from overdosing, instead of, you know, just increasing police funding, as he's historically been for. But to come back to what I just said, with him historically being for the war on drugs, do you have any idea what fucking planet you're on?
Does Joe Biden's handler, Dr. Jill Biden, his nurse, does she not understand optics? Your son's a crackhead. I mean, holy shit.
Now, this point here isn't to defend Hunter Biden. It isn't to defend Joe Biden. I think they're both corrupt as fuck. However, it's kind of weird for you to criticize Hunter Biden for being a crackhead and then make tweets praising Mike Lindell, the CEO of MyPillow, who also happens to be a fucking crackhead. Like, bruh, you're such a fucking partisan retard, dude.
He making money off of this somehow. Hunter Biden is out there quality testing all of the free crack pipes that they're about to give all these toothless cocksuckers on the left-hand side. Take a look at this, boys. We got the Daily Mail. Biden administration to fund programs that hand out crack pipes to prevent infection and promote, you fucking guessed it, holy shit, racial equity?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, the racial equity thing, it's pretty cringe. I'll give you that. And the reason I'll give you that is not because I think, black people. Because if we're being honest, the CIA introduced crack to the black community, right? And I would also understand why black people would, be very skeptical of this. Because, yeah, the CIA introduced crack to the fucking black community back in the 80s. However, yeah, I agree the racial equity thing is cringy. Because I know fucking crackheads, a lot of white crackheads, and if we're just being honest, if you're a crackhead, you're just in a shit situation altogether. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, or Asian. If you're a crackhead, your life is fucked. Unless, yeah, you're Hunter Biden or the MyPillow guy.
How is this not racist? If you are upset with Joe Rogan dropping N-bombs in context 12 years ago, you have got to be irate at this notion that in order to improve racial equity, you need to give black people free crack pipes. Holy fuck, that's racist.
Yeah, but did they actually say it was for racial equity, though? Because, the crack pipe thing was bullshit altogether. So is the racial equity thing, is that real? Because you don't exactly have the best history with being honest to your viewers. Honestly, I talked to somebody about you once who was a former viewer of yours. And actually, he was like, yeah, I noticed that. And that's why I stopped watching him. Because all your videos were just clickbait for partisan fucking retards to look and go, Democrats bad. So, is that true, or... We'll do some research on that in a second. Hold on. So, it does actually say something about racial equality, but it looks like it's literally just a part of another bill. It's related to another bill about racial equality, because that's the only thing in the entire thing that comes up that even has anything to do with racial equality. Or equity, not equality, equity. In its purpose, it literally doesn't even describe racial equity once in its purpose. Here, page 6, right? Yeah. You can read through this. Click this link right here, and you can read through this. It doesn't say anything about racial equity in the purpose or anything. That's the only spot it does say anything about racial equity, and it says it's related to another bill. The whole point of this is what I just said, was to try to prevent overdoses and prevent spreading diseases. So this is nonsense, dude.
That's fucking magnitudes of order racism right there. Being done with my tax money, by the way, which is a slap to the face. But
I'd rather my tax money, go to trying to prevent overdoses, for public health, rather than, going to go bomb a bunch of kids in Afghanistan, or going to the banks whenever they need a bailout, or going to the automotive industry whenever they need a bailout. Or, banks get them even when they don't even need a fucking bailout. They just get a free fucking, $1 million bill, something like that. A free fucking handout every fucking year. A lot of shit my taxes are going to that I'm not happy about. This isn't one of them. It's one thing my taxes are going to that I'm not happy about? Police getting militarized to enforce drug laws that shouldn't fucking exist.
No. Where are all of these black leaders? You gotta say something about this. Holy shit, this is embarrassing.
No, Salty Cracker. What would be, and I say would be, because I'm gonna give a reason why I said would be in a second. What would be embarrassing is the fact you're doing this video off this bogus headline, which could be debunked by just a little bit of research. It's one thing when the common person falls for it, but if you're supposed to be a content creator who discusses politics, maybe you should do some fucking research. But the reason it's not embarrassing for you, it would be for me, not for you, is because your supporters, for the most part, don't hold you to that standard. They don't hold you to the standard to tell the truth. They just want you to tell them what they like to hear. Now, here's the thing, too, about, conservative grifters versus liberal grifters, right? Liberal grifters, like a lot of people who work for CNN, their goal is to push their propaganda more, to try to maybe distort it in a way. They're trying to actually convince somebody of something, usually. Even though it's bullshit, they are generally trying to convince somebody who is just as stupid of something. Now, here's the thing, right? Conservative grifters, their supporters are just as stupid. But the thing is, conservatives are more about saying what those supporters want to hear. What bullshit they want to hear. They'll peddle them some propaganda too. But for the most part, it's about what they want to hear. And this is a prime example of this. Just be honest, do you think Salty Cracker generally believes half the shit he says? He seems to be a bigger fucking grifter than goddamn Steven Crowder is. Everything he says is nonsense. And I'll be honest, there's some conservatives who aren't grifters, right? I don't believe Charlie Kirk is. I believe he's generally fucking stupid. Mr. Dapperton, generally fucking stupid. The smaller ones especially, Mr. Dapperton, Jason Velli, Kaden Cowger, they're generally fucking stupid. But this guy, he is a grifter with a capital fucking G.
I wanted to see the group of feminist white liberals who sat around a table go, oh my god, Viv. You know what we need in addition to all of the AIDS needles that we hand out for free? We need to make sure that the Blix...
Whoa. Your criticism is AIDS needles? The point of the program is to prevent spreading AIDS, you fucking retard! You stupid fuck! Don't get me wrong, I believe white liberal women are very out of touch. But fucking Christ, you're clearly not in reality right now. Because that's not what's happening. That's the opposite of what's fucking happening.
Since the Brownsons people could get crack pipes, that's a racial issue. Holy shit. Holy shit. The $30 million grant. How many crack pipes is Hunter brother? Yeah. Put the small child down for a second. How many crack pipes can we get for $30 million, bruh? Oh, you don't know because you're passed out right now, right? Fucking Russian dudes are still on your laptop. Asshole. Anyway, $30 million grant program will distribute funds to nonprofits and local governments to make drug use safer and advance racial equity. Everybody, that's right. I'm sick of you white motherfuckers with your white supremacy privilege getting the best crack pipes. Can't believe that you got the best crack pipes. Save some for the black people.
I get it's a joke, but at the same time, what is the point of the joke? Because that's obviously not the point of even mentioning racial equity. But, like I said, I disagree with the racial equity part. I think if you're a crackhead, no matter what color you are fucked. But, yeah. The joke was pointless. What was the point of that? Obviously, that's not why they even mentioned racial equity. I mean, we both already know from reading through the actual plan itself, it only mentions racial equity in mentioning another fucking plan. The actual proposal has nothing to do with racial equity. But even with this article, it's not mentioning racial equity because white people are getting better crack pipes. I mean, I get he's sort of joking, but I don't see the point of the joke if that's not even remotely close to what's happening, unless it's ironic, but he's not trying to be ironic.
Included in the grant is money to purchase safe smoking kits and supplies. This is money laundering. This is clearly money laundering. Anybody? Anybody? Holy shit. Space Force, can we start arresting people over here? You're gonna buy safe smoking kits. Who the fuck is producing safe smoking kits? What corporation is doing this? I want to know right now. Didn't you motherfuckers lock up Cheech from Cheech and Chong for selling bongs, for selling water pipes? And now the government's giving out free crack pipes?
Yeah, it was stupid they arrested Cheech for that, I agree. Like I said, I'm pro-legalization and regulation of drugs. I've mentioned this in many videos, but, like, they're not giving crack pipes away. That's not what's happening. So, there's no point in comparing it. That is why I have not done a video on him in the past. Because this is kind of what I figured would happen. The video would just be him, you know, sharing some fucking bullshit, and then it would just be easy to debunk, and the rest of the video is just, no, that's not what's happening. So on that note, we're gonna end the video, because I already know, what, the next 2 or 4 minutes left of the video, it's gonna be the same fucking bullshit, where he just repeats the same bullshit that is easily debunked. It took me, like, what, a minute or 2 into the video to debunk. So, yeah, there's no point in continuing this fucking video. So, you can't leave a dislike anymore, so you might as well leave a like. Leave a comment calling me a junkie with a crackhead uncle. And, yeah, Slimber out.